Hey now, everybody, this is Johnny Beane, and I am live. It is, what is today? January, I want to say the 30th, 2022. It is 8:08 p.m. East Pacific out here in Santa Cruz, California. So it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 11:08 Eastern Time. Let me just make sure this is cool. All right, we got volume. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, you guys, welcome everybody. This is a Sunday night string change show, and this is where I change strings on guitars, talk about guitars, fix guitars, whatever it is, whatever needs to be done. So hey, welcome, you guys. And I'm going to jump over here to this. Quick announcement for you guys. I did this last night. And I think this should be done up until the actual show. But February 11th, 2022. That's a Friday. Steve Rosen will be with us, rock and roll journalist on the exclusively Van Halen show, formerly called Talkin' Van Halen. He has a new book, Tone Chaser, which you can get directly from him. There's actually I'll have his email address that you can PayPal on the description of this video. But yeah, Tone Chaser, understanding Edward, my 26-year journey with Edward Van Halen. It's gonna be an awesome book, and Steve will be with us Friday, February 11th. So make sure you tune in that night. I think that's a week from this Friday, 2 weeks from last Friday. It'll be awesome. So hey, let's do things right, and let's say hello to the top tier of channel members here on Johnny B TV, here on YouTube. We have channel membership. You can help support this channel, support these shows. The top tier of those, they get shout outs beginning of every show. And they are Dave Ennis, Vinyl Freak 5150, Mike Neese, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB and J Cat, Wayno, False Flag, Sherman Callahan, Andy Carson, Michael B, R Habs, Warlag, The Chad, Lenny Lou and Mary, James Gum, John Moronic, Paul Martin Woods, Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith the Captain, Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, Jim Roy Hawkins, and Steve Carmichael. That's the top tier of channel membership here on Johnny Bean TV, here on YouTube. If you'd like to become a channel member, check it out. Try it. You get all kinds of perks. You get your name in green in the live chat. You get special emojis next to your name. You get access to special emojis. You get special monthly channel member only content. You get all kinds of cool stuff. So check it out. Click that join button. It's right below the 14 thumbs ups currently. Thank you guys. And as always, if you'd like to help support this channel, support these shows, any super chats will change the color of my lights. So if you look behind me here, you see what is called the Guitar Noir. These lights, they're changing now. I've got a new setting I'm using. But you can actually, any super chats, any comments, donations, however you want to help, will change to the color of the tier that you use. So cool feature. You'll only see it here. So that's something exciting. And let's see. We're also live on Facebook, Johnny Bean TV Facebook page, where if you're over there watching, you'd like to help support the channel, we have Facebook Stars, which is a digital gift that helps in the production of these shows. And we're actually live all over Facebook. We're live in the exclusively Van Halen Facebook group where we're just under 63,000 members. We're also live in the EVH Gear Live Facebook page, EVH Gear Live Facebook group. Those are both my my EVH Gear fan pages. Very, very active. We're also live on my personal profile on Facebook. And also, there's actually a Johnny Beane TV group that's just under 1,000 members. So, very cool. Very, very cool. Let's see, what else? What else? If you'd like to get a hold of me, there's WhatsApp. That phone number right there, 415-952-3263. Pretty much anytime during these live shows or whenever. If you need to get a hold of me, if you want to send me something cool to talk about on a show, excuse me, had Chipotle. Oh. WhatsApp is the way to go. So there you go. There's that. And I guess we'll do this one. You can actually ask Siri to play the Johnny Beane podcast. This is all these episodes. They are podcasts to listen to on demand over on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Facebook, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. I think there were some other ones. Probably pretty much everywhere. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can subscribe to the Johnny Beane podcast and leave reviews. Leave reviews on the podcasts. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Special shout out. The next person or people that leave a review on any of my podcasts on any of the platforms, you guys will get shout outs. So there we go. There we go. And let's see, who do we have in here tonight? We got a bunch of people here. We got Pooh Ninja. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I have to block those people. Magic Man, Mike Neese, Kai Matthews, Leo Safko, Warlag, Majestic PB and J Cat. Channel members, Kai Matthews, Stephen Franklin, channel member, John Moronic, channel member, Halface. Let's see, Symmetry, channel member, who's been doing the marathon GTAs. Man, awesome, dude. I've taken a break from that. I was actually doing some IRL today. Check out my Twitch. You'll see it. Let's see. David Shares here. Johnny Beane Cats are awesome. Thank you, man. Tim Thomas and the rest. Thank you so much, you guys, for Marky FX. I see you. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you so much. Halface, Ding has been replaced by Discord. So actually the word Discord now is what you want to use. There you go. There you go. Yeah, join my Discord server. It's totally happening now. It's only taken something like 3 years. But it's very cool. Very cool. So check this out, you guys. People have been asking me. People have been wanting to see this. This is one of my more well-known guitars. Thank you to YouTube. I'll tell you the story. Okay. Well, I'll tell you the story while I'm working on it. But tonight, and actually we'll do this. Hopefully I'm muted. Hopefully I'm muted over here. Let's try that. There we are. Check. Audio still cool? Okay. All right. We got my Kramer Ripley right here. Let's do this. This one. There we go. Actually, let's move this over a little bit. Kramer Ripley right there. A lot of you guys, I get asked about this guitar all the time. It's a very, very cool guitar. They're pretty rare, I guess. This particular one is pretty special. A few reasons, which I guess I'll get into. Signed by Gary Kramer himself back in 2016. I went down to Gary's, the Kramer Guitar Showroom down in Paso Robles, California, which is actually only a couple hours south of me. And I'm actually planning some more content with Gary very shortly, so keep an eye on the channel. So there you go, Kramer Ripley. You guys all know what this is, and if you don't, basically it has an active Bartolini pickup, and you plug into either two sources, two amplifiers, two channels on a mixer. These are panning pots where you can pan each string to either hard left, hard right, or anywhere in the stereo spectrum, wherever. Right there. And this particular one, it's very much like a model that Edward was photographed with, actually taken by our good friend Glenn LaFurman. He actually took all those pictures, all those Kramer ads. Glenn is now actually a very good friend of mine. Awesome dude. We're actually planning a show at some point, which will be very cool for you guys. But there you go, Kramer Ripley. It's got what you would call the somewhat banana headstock, I guess, the tilt back. It's basically a Beretta. Really. I mean, kind of. Not really. I mean, it's not really, I wouldn't say this is, well, kind of, pretty much. Pretty much. It's like a Kramer Beretta, but it's called the Ripley after Steve Ripley, who invented the technology, who was actually was a friend of mine. And he passed away a few years ago. We actually did a very nice tribute to him that I know his family enjoyed. I know they saw that. But Steve Ripley, actually, he knew about my guitar because I posted a couple videos here on YouTube on my channel back in 2009 showing the guitar, and Steve himself would comment on those videos. And I think I said in one of the videos that it's not really a stereo guitar. And he's like, yeah, it is. I think I said that because I think Edward at one point said it's not really stereo in an interview. But I mean, depends on how you twist the knobs. Very cool guitar though. Floyd Rose, original Floyd Rose. Right there. Active Bartolini pickup. Like I said, this thing's all original. This guitar is all original. And it's awesome. It's awesome. If you like the Kramers, if you like the Kramer necks, I mean, this is the neck. Remember in the interview where Eddie's like, "Oh, I think Clapton would like this." I mean, this neck. I mean, he would. Remember that interview? This is the same neck. This is the same neck as what he was talking about in that. I mean, they're very, very, very fast. Extremely fast necks. Awesome. Magic Man. Hey, Lindy. Welcome. So I'm going to change the strings on this tonight. Look for a video at some point very soon with me demonstrating the guitar. At some point, I think you guys will dig it. It's a very cool setup, very cool sound, very unique. Actually, let me know in the chat. There's actually a couple, maybe a few songs that Edward used this technology with. Not this particular model. He would record with he had some custom models that were actually Telecaster shaped that he would use. But let me know in the chat. Right over there. Excuse me for the burps. Let me know in the chat what songs that you know of that Edward used. The Ripley technology. There's at least a few of them. At least. So go over there. All right. I'm gonna change the strings. I don't need these headphones. I really don't need these. Let's see. I'm actually looking to get a whole new microphone setup, like one of those arms that actually attaches to the desk and you can move around. And instead of this, I've had this thing for years and it's been nothing but in the way. It's just how it is. Let's see. Actually, let's do this. Let's do that. All right. You guys can still hear me? Everything's cool? All right, so I'm going to change the strings on here. The high E string is actually missing. It's actually been missing for a while, so this will actually be a good thing to replace these. And anything with the Floyd Rose, I replace with nines, 9 through 42s. That's what I use. So what you want to do is, just in case if you don't know, you want to take the string, the locking nut. What do you call them? The clamps, the tops. You want to take those off, and then you can start working on the guitar. I actually don't know how long these strings have been on here. I really don't know. I really couldn't tell you the last time I changed the strings on this. I really have no idea. I mean, Gary signed the guitar in 2016, and I know that it's the same. I think it's probably the same strings since then. I mean, that's been a while. Here's what I'm using. D'Addario's. That's what I like. Nickel wound, 9 through 42. These are awesome strings. I like them. Let's see. There we go. Guaranteed. These strings are guaranteed. Right on. There they are. I actually need like a trash can or something right here. That would be great. Actually, I know what I can use. My Chipotle bag. I had dinner already earlier, a couple hours ago. It's always good to have dinner, I guess, earlier. If you're going to do a show, or later, or afterwards. I guess it depends. But tonight I wanted to have dinner earlier. and get it over with. I was listening to KFI. Any Los Angeles friends might know the KFI radio station. That's one of my favorite stations that I listen to. All right. All right, so I'll tell you guys more about this guitar. I'll tell you more about this particular guitar. This one, well, in general, these guitars were introduced at the 1985 NAMM show, and I actually have. Check this out, you guys. I actually found this magazine. I actually found this magazine up to show you guys. Some of you guys might know this issue. Guitar World, July 1985. This is a Guitar World special, The Life and Times of Edward Van Halen, a 20-page exclusive interview with the world's most influential guitarist. As you can see, it's autographed. It's signed. Now, I bought this magazine 20-something years ago. Oh, over 20 years ago. 25 years ago? Something like that. Bought this magazine from a pretty reliable source. It was before I was on the internet. So it was before the internet. But the signature, it looks legit to me. I mean, I can't say for sure it's 100%. I mean, but it looks pretty legit to myself. And if you're out there, if you know his signatures, you can look at that and tell me what you think. Look, I think it's legit. Like I said, I bought this. But okay, so a few cool things about this. Besides the signature is this is it's a 20-page. Well, there's a few things. 20 pages. Okay, first of all, most of the photo session in this magazine, all these photos were taken by Glenn LaFerman, who is now a very good friend. And I've seen all kinds of outtakes from this session that Glenn actually has for sale. You can actually buy them. And something else very cool about this, well, about the photos, is the centerfold. Some of you guys might know it. The centerfold for this particular magazine is the Frankenstein. Now, Glenn sells prints of this actual photo, like pretty big prints that you can buy. Very cool. And this was back when the Frankenstein had the Kramer neck, Kramer headstock, the beak neck, chicken hawk, whatever you want to call it. The US Festival, the jump video, whatever you want to call it. So that's cool. Another cool thing about this particular issue that actually is related to my Ripley guitar is this actually has, like, all the guitars that were announced at NAMM that year. And it has the Ripley Right there, the Kramer Ripley. And it's the same color as the one I have, the black one. It's the same. Who knows? Might be the same guitar. I don't know. Could be. I don't know. And like I said, this particular issue, the interview was done by Steve Rosen, who will be here on February 11th, as I was saying a little earlier. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that night. You subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. And you got to be subscribed to be able to ask questions in the chat while we're live. So there you go. Andrew is saying, isn't that a Beretta? The Ripley, it's yeah, it is pretty much a Beretta. They're very similar, different electronics, but pretty much same neck, same maybe the same body. So okay, so Rosen will be here February 11th. But here's something that's pretty cool. This issue, one of the pictures here in the issue. This particular one right here. Edward is jamming with Rosen in this shot, and look at that photo by Glenn LaFerman, right there. I mean, it's so weird. Hey, Ned. Ned's here. You don't have a rat, do you? Hey, man. My cat just walked in. Never know what he's gonna bring in. So when I was a kid, when I had this magazine, I would have no clue that years later I would have so many connections to a lot of the people involved in this particular issue. I mean, it's a trip. I mean, it's very cool. Very cool. So anyway, that photo right there, he's actually jamming with Steve Rosen right there. And an outtake from that is actually this picture here. Right there. That's Edward jamming with Steve Rosen. And a couple other Easter eggs for you guys. Hey, hi, you guys. Peekaboo. The guitar that Rosen is playing, that actually belongs to a friend of mine, Michael Gutierrez. That was the guitar that Edward gave Michael Gutierrez at the 1985 NAMM show. Michael won the guitar. Very cool. And actually, I showed some photos. My phone is over there, so I can't reach my phone. I mean, I guess I could. Let me see. We want to do this the other way. Oh well. Anyway, watch last night's episode for more. Where am I? Right there. For more on like this particular picture here. The very beginning of last night's Saturday Night Live, I actually showed photos of that guitar, the guitar that Steven is playing. I've played that guitar. I showed some close-up pictures of it. So watch last night's show. And like it's in the first like 15 minutes of the show. So check it out. Check it out. All right, let's see. Let's change another string here. Yeah, I mean, there's so much. It's really, like I said, it's a trip. After all these years, to have so many connections to that particular Guitar World magazine, it's pretty cool. So I remember reading all those magazines as I mean, not a kid, but because I didn't start playing the guitar till I was 12, almost 13, and I became a huge Van Halen, I guess you'd say, huge fanatic Probably by age 13, I guess. Watching Live Without a Net every day after school. I mean, we kind of joke about a lot of that, on some of the other shows, but that home video was really a big deal. I mean, it was a huge part of a lot of our lives. So it's very interesting now. You guys can hear me, right? It's very interesting now to watch reaction videos of people seeing some of that stuff for the first time now. After it's something you grew up with and you've known for, well, however long that's been around, 30 something years. It's pretty cool. I mean, I remember friends would come over and I would, huge, nerds. I'd be like, hey, put the Live Without a Net in, pause it on any frame, still frame, and I'll tell you the song. That's how much I knew that video. I could tell you the tune just from looking at the still shot of Anywhere on that tape. I could probably still do that today, actually. Maybe. Maybe. Hey, try me. Try me. Post. We actually have we have a Van Halen section in the Discord. Try. Let's see. Where's YouTube? There we go. Here's the Discord right here. Post a still from Live Without a Net and try to stump me on what song it is. We should actually do that live. That actually sounds like something John BL and I and Jay, something we should do one of these times. That actually sounds like a cool idea. Maybe one of these Saturdays, Straturdays. All right, where are we? D. But yeah, this is a very, very, very special guitar. I mean, it's a special guitar regardless. I mean, what it is, but my story with this guitar is it was a pawn shop guitar. It was in a pawn shop in Oakland, California, over on Telegraph Avenue, Telegraph and Alcatraz. No, Ashby. Was it Ashby? I forget. If any of you guys know downtown Oakland, California, you can tell me. I think it was Ashby. I don't know. Either way, Telegraph Avenue, Oakland. Now this is Oakland, not Berkeley. Okay, they run into each other. You can drive. Is it south? You can drive south down Telegraph Avenue and go from Berkeley into Oakland, into Emeryville, and if you keep going, you keep going. But this was a pawn shop guitar that I got at this pawn shop in 1995. Now, some of you guys probably know this story. You've either seen my video talking about it or you've heard me talking about it. In the chat, do any of you guys know? Do any of you guys know how much I paid for this guitar? Anybody that has seen my videos over the years? Let's see if we can get some guesses, or see if anybody in the chat knows how much I bought this guitar for. Hey, Garguts, you need to change your strings? Hey, man, change your strings. At least once in a while. You know, I normally only change my strings if I have a gig, if I have a show, or if I'm recording. Yeah. If I'm, well, it depends. If I'm recording here, I just use whatever. Not a big deal. But if I'm recording for somebody, brand new strings. Riley, how many Kramers do I have? 1, 2. Technically, officially, 3. I think 3. How many did I used to have back in the day? Many. Tons of them. I had lots of different ones back in the day, back in the early 2000s. Mid 2000, well, 2000, 2003, 4, 5. I was buying parts off eBay left and right. I had a workbench, and I was slapping guitars together left and right and using them for shows. Bunch of different Kramers. Kramer Focus 1000s, 2000s, 3000s. I think I even had a what's the pointy, the super pointy one. There was one that was like a Rhodes. I had one of those, and then there was one. It's like has like the super pointy. You actually see Sammy playing either that particular type of one or something very similar. And if you ever see the Sammy Hagar, there's a song called "Hands and Knees," where that's the one where he actually calls up each member of Van Halen, asking if they want to jam, and they're all like, "No." Everybody passed on it, and then he ends up making these robots, and he's jamming along with them. Anyway, in that video, he's playing a Kramer, whatever that body shape was. Jamie White says was it a 4000? Whatever that was, it's like super pointy, like it wasn't the Rhodes style, but it was like super, like way pointy. I had one of those at one point. I want to say it might have had 3 humbuckers in it. Maybe. That was a long time ago. Look at this. So I've had all kinds of Kramers over the years. Sadly, I had to get rid of all of them. There's at least a couple that I wish I still had today. But let me see. Yeah, I still have a truss rod cover for one F4000. Hey, Janice. Janice is here, you guys. Everybody, behave. Oh, crap. Ouch. Why does this have to happen? I didn't cut myself, did I? All right. Any guesses? Any guesses in the chat? Any guesses? How much do you think I paid for this guitar? Now you got to remember 1995. A Kramer guitar in 1995. Okay. If you know your guitars, if you know your Kramers in the 90s, nobody wanted these things. Nobody wanted a Kramer. I mean, the guys that liked them did, and they were hoarding them. That's why they are. That's where they are today. That's why you never see them anymore. They've been hoarded for 25 years or whatever it is. Janice says 175. Nope. Grunge era $200. Jamie White says Thomas Santiago $200. You guys are close. A little higher. Just a little bit. Just a little higher. John Moronic says 500. Lower. Riley, how come no one wanted them? Because that was, like somebody said there, that was the grunge era. In the grunge era, nobody wanted Kramers. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool anymore to play a Kramer guitar. The only people that played Kramers during that era were like beginners. This is true. I'm not kidding. This is the truth. They weren't cool anymore. Nobody wanted them. No store wanted them. And that's kind of how I discovered this guitar. I worked at a shop in Berkeley called Subway Guitars. The owner, his name is Fat Dog. If anybody knows Berkeley, California, you're a guitar player, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Joe Satriani used to hang out there back in the late 70s. I actually talked to Joe about that. I did a Google Hangout with Joe in 2012, 2011, 2012, when Chickenfoot released, might have been their second album, I think. Actually, it's on the channel here. You can search Joe Satriani on the channel here. You'll find a video, a Google Hangout of me and Joe talking. And I was telling him about Subway guitars, and he knew exactly what I was talking about. Dan Halen, 250, Halface, 317.98. Magic Man, 400 was your guess. Thomas Santiago, 225, 250, 6 strings. Center Hill Cards, 350. Center Hill Cards, $350. That's how much I paid for this. Now this is like this guitar is like in the thousands. Well, maybe 2,000. $350 I got this thing for. And anyway, Fat Dog, he would go to different pawn shops looking to see what was going on. And I always got made fun of at the shop. I used to fix electric guitars there. I used to slap guitars together. Like when I tell stories about selling guitars to Green Day and stuff like that, that was at this shop. And this was from 1990. This was from 1994 to 2002. But I was actually there a couple times. It was during the middle of those years. That's when I moved to Miami and when I was working with Desmond Child. If you guys ever hear that story. So anyway, so Fat Dog, he's like pawn shop, guitar shopping, and he comes in the shop one day and he's like, Johnny, this shop has this Kramer Ripley. What do you know about that? And I'm like, that's the stereo guitar. That's the Van Halen Top Jimmy guitar, man. And he's like, they have one. I'm thinking about getting it, but he wanted nothing to do with Kramers. He wanted nothing to do with that stuff. They wouldn't let them in the store. So I went down there. I saw it. I saw the guitar. I checked it out. I was like, I'm like, this is awesome. But because it was a pawn shop. A lot of pawn shops, people have to pawn their gear. And then, a lot of times they want to go back and get it back later on, So I was looking at this guitar and I was thinking, I'm like, man, this is somebody's guitar, but, maybe I'll give it a week. So actually, I left. I know a lot of you guys would have been like, "What are you crazy?" You would have grabbed it and ran off. But I I felt bad because it's a somebody's somebody had to pawn this. So I said, I pretty much thought to myself, well, I'll come back. I think it was in a week or a month. I actually can't remember. I mean, that was a long time ago. But I remember thinking I would either give it a week or a month. I forget which it was. Probably a week. And if it's still, I'll come back, and if it's still here, I'll get it. So I either gave it a week or a month. I can't remember which. I can't remember which it was, but and I remember going back down there and buying it. I remember exactly buying the guitar. It actually came in a different case. You guys see a case right here. Came in a different case. It didn't come in this case. This is an original Kramer case right here, actually. I'll show you guys. Original. See, it says Kramer on it. Right there. So this isn't the original case to this guitar, but it is an original case that I had some years earlier from a different Kramer that I used to own. Like I said, I've had many over the years, and I wish I still had some of them, but they're gone. So I remember going back down, getting the guitar, thinking, man, I can't believe they're only charging $350 for this. I mean, even then, I'm like, that's cheap. So I went down there, got it, brought it back, and immediately started using it. Started recording with it, with my Tascam 4-track. This friend of mine that sadly passed away in 1997. His name was Larry Scott. He was a bass player, and he worked at the shop, same shop that I worked at. I think he actually did a session playing bass at one point for who was it? A well-known R&B group out of Oakland. You guys would know them if I. They're actually from the Oakland area. I can't remember their name, but they're well known. You guys would know them. Anyway, I think he did a session with them. But I remember bringing the guitar into the shop and showing Larry, and he knew me as being a huge Van Halen freak. He wasn't one of them. Everybody else in the shop made fun of me because I was into Van Halen. He didn't. He was always very cool to me. And I remember bringing the guitar in and showing it to him, and he's like, "Well, Johnny, here's what you need to do." And he told me exactly. It didn't come with the splitter box. See, Kramer had this little box that had a stereo. Had inputs, so you could use regular cables, plug into this box, plug it into your amp, and it would split the signal, and you were able to use the stereo functions of this guitar. I didn't have that splitter box. I've never had it, never owned it. But my friend Larry Scott, rest in peace, he actually wrote down, this is before cell phones, before internet. He actually wrote down on a piece of paper. He's like, "Johnny, here's what you need. Go down to Radio Shack, grab this stuff, and you can play this guitar." Okay? I still have the cables. I still use them. Right here. I bought this in 1995 from Radio Shack. Here, I'll do this one. There we go. This is the cable that I've used with this guitar for all these years, since 1995, believe it or not. So my friend Larry, he told me exactly what type of cables I needed. He's like, "Here's what you need. There's what you need. This works. You got your stereo cable there. You got in, and then you got 2 mono. this goes into the guitar. These go to one goes to one amp, one goes to another amp, or two different signals. Like in a mixer, you can use two inputs in a mixer: hard pan left, hard pan right, and it works. But I can't believe I've had this cable since 1995. Still work. Radio Shack, you know. But thank you to my friend Larry Scott, who rest in peace. He's the one who explained to me how to use this guitar. So wait, am I done? All right, all six strings right there. In tune beautifully. Kramer Ripley right there. There we go. Yeah. Look at that. But yeah, amazing guitar. I've recorded a lot of demos with it. Maybe actually I'll upload some of that stuff. I've got a lot of recordings nobody's ever heard. 4-track recordings that I've done, mostly in the 90s. Yeah, I would say from 1990 to 1998. Everything I did, so 8 years. Everything I did was on Tascam 4-tracks. Then from 1999, well, 98 was when I worked with Desmond Child and learned about Pro Tools. Excuse me. And then end of 98, early 99 is when I got into digital recording, like PC recording. So like Cakewalk, stuff like that. So, and actually I continued to use the 4-track for doing like live band rehearsals. I would take a 4-track and record my bands that I was in. But I actually do have a bunch of 4-track recordings of myself playing this guitar. Probably very similar to the stuff Edward did. You know, the Wildlife soundtrack. You know, he did a lot of recordings with you know, guitars like this and different stuff. But maybe I'll do that. I'll find some of those recordings and I'll upload them, and you guys can hear them. It's all original. All the music I ever did, it was all original stuff. A little more Van Halen sounding back then than now. Stuff I do now is very different. But of course, back then, I wanted to, you know, just like everybody else, wanted to be Van Halen. Now, it's the last thing I want to do. You know, I'd rather do different styles of stuff. But oh, I didn't even wipe the. Yeah, see, I don't clean my guitars like Van Halen. Same deal. To me, it's. I guess I could clean that, but nah. Yeah, I know. You can still see the dust. Still see the dust on the headstock. Yeah. No, I like it. I like it like that. So, one more thing. One more thing. Somebody messaged me. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. I can't remember where that was because I'm everywhere. But somebody said they were building a Ripley. Okay, and they wanted to know they wanted to know what pots these were, if they were 500s or 250s. Since I have the guitar, let me take the back off and let me see if I can actually see. I might not be able to see because there might be some very special electronics back here that I'll show you guys. If I can see the pot. I mean, thing is, oh, wow, okay. Okay, you can actually see in here. You can actually see some of the electronics. Kramer Ripley Electronics. You can see each panning pot. You can see the volume. You can see the tone. Now, I really can't see what these are. A good friend of mine, David Allen Wright. Hey, Ned. Oh, he's scratching. Okay, he doesn't have a rat. A vole. Good friend of mine, David Allen Wright. I don't know if you're watching this. I'll ask him. He'll know. He'll know exactly what to use. He's one of the top dudes that you can find that knows all about the Kramers, especially the Ripleys. He knows his stuff. He's been a very good friend for a lot of years. And he actually messaged me this morning because he's like, "Whoa, you had Howard Kaplan on. I'm gonna have to watch that." He's good friends with Howard, I believe. And yeah, Howard was messaging me last night. Very, very cool dude. Very, very cool. If you guys missed the show, check it out. Last Friday's show, which again, if you're new here, the Van Halen show has now been rebranded. It is now known as exclusively Van Halen. It was known as Talkin' Van Halen for the longest time, but I decided to change the name, rebrand. So I pretty much changed the name of my Facebook group to exclusively Van Halen. The Van Halen show is now known as exclusively Van Halen, and I have a Twitter account that is also called exclusively Van Halen. So, Friday nights, exclusively Van Halen, the weekly show and podcast. And again, in about 2 weeks, little less than 2 weeks, Steve Rosen will be here. Rock and roll journalist talking about his brand new book, Tone Chaser, Understanding Edward, My 26-Year Journey with Edward Van Halen. You guys won't want to miss that. You won't want to miss that night. There's Mr. Rosen with Edward jamming. And again, well, hey, let me grab my phone. I'll show you the picture. Come here. I've played that guitar that he's playing. Let me find the picture real quick. Really quick. Here it is. Here is myself. Okay, that picture that that guitar Steve Rosen is playing. I know it's kind of hard. You can't see the front, but this is it. That's the guitar. Right there. My friend Michael owns that guitar. And I got to play it one time some years back. That's the guitar right here. And we actually tried finding pictures of that guitar for years. A lot of years. And wouldn't you know it, the photographer Glenn LaFerman would release some photos of that guitar. I showed it last night. I have way too many photos on my phone here. Anyway, I showed it last night. There's actually a picture of Edward actually playing the guitar. Oh, here it is. Found it. Found it. All right, so this is pretty much an outtake from what you just saw right there. There he is playing. That's the guitar that Steve Rosen was playing in the other shot. That's the guitar that I was just holding in that picture I showed you. And that's my buddy Michael owns that guitar. Was given to him at the NAMM show in 1985. There it is. That's it. Photo by Glenn LaFurman, who you will see on the channel here. We're planning something very special for you guys. And again, I spent some time with that guitar, so I have some really cool pictures of it that I took. That's it right there. Very cool. Very cool stuff. If you're a Van Halen nerd, guitar nerd, Kramer nerd like us, you know exactly. You know what I'm talking about. This is awesome. There I am. That's me holding the guitar right there, showing the different sides. Has like an oversized star. That was actually one of the tips. When we first saw this picture some years back, I remember looking at it and I said to Michael, I'm like, I think that's your guitar. Because look how huge that star is in the inside of that top horn there. Look how big that star decal is and how it's very unique. And then there it is. Pretty cool. Just I'm a nerd. I admit it. I admit that I'm a huge Van Halen geek now. That's why I do a show called Exclusively Van Halen Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, you guys, you got the Kramer Ripley, autographed by Gary Kramer in 2016. Look for more videos on the channel here. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to the channel if you like Kramer guitars, if you like Van Halen. This is the place you want to be. Really, this is it. If you like Van Halen, this is the Van Halen channel. Very, very cool stuff. I will find some of those demos. My cat is walking into the bathroom very suspicious like. All right, no voles. No voles. I will find some of the demos I recorded back in the 90s playing this guitar. I'll find them. I'll upload them for you guys. You guys can hear them. You might dig the music. Very Van Halen-ish. More hard rock-ish than the stuff I do today. You'll dig it. You'll dig it. So, hey, I hope everybody's had a great time. Sorry, when I do these shows by myself and I'm busy, it's very hard to see the chat. So, oh, hey, Keenan. Keenan, hey, dude. Keenan. Keenan, man. Another awesome dude. Keenan, dude. Kramer Ripley. Again, the autograph, Janice, that's Gary Kramer of Kramer Guitars. The name Kramer came from Gary Kramer. He signed this guitar for me. I took it with me when I went to meet with him at his, he lives a couple hours south of me. I went to the grand opening of his Kramer, and he has like a winery, like a tasting room winery, olive oil place. I went to the grand opening, the Kramer showroom. I went to the grand opening back in 2016. He signed my guitar. And if you'll give me a second, I'll find you a photo from that. We got to go to 2016. When was that? February. Oh, it might be in here. 2016. I'll show you a couple other cool pictures really quickly. Really quick. There's me and Sammy Hagar at Costco. 2013. 2013. Here's somebody. I don't know. Somebody sent me this picture. Here's somebody in Edward Van Halen. Like I said, somebody sent me this. There's somebody in Edward. Who's that back there behind Eddie? Somebody sent me that. Okay, let me see. Can I find it? What was I just talking about? I forget. Oh, Kramer. Gary Kramer. Gary Kramer. I've got a lot of cool pictures. There's me and Michael Anthony. Right there. Let me see. 20. I'm going to have to scroll back hella years here. See, hella. I say hella. Who was that in the Discord? You guys were talking about the word hella, and I'm like, I use that word all the time. Okay, February, March, April, May. What was that? February? When that grand opening was? March, February. Just give me a minute. I want to find this. I want to show you guys a photo of Gary Kramer signing my guitar. Sometime in 2016, apparently, is when this was. Okay, May. I really don't remember what month it was. Actually, I took a lot of pictures that night. I should be able to find it just by scrolling. November. Now we're into 2017. For some reason, I'm not seeing. They're like in here, but oh, they're there. There we go. There we go. Here is myself and Gary Kramer. After he signed my guitar, and right after he signed it, he said to me, he's like, I just added value to your guitar. There it is. There's the guitar signed. Gary Kramer. Cool, very cool dude. There he is signing the guitar right there. I'm wearing the same hat. This hat was a gift from my friend Michael Gutierrez, actually. He gave me this hat. There I am. He's signing my guitar right there. Right there. Gary Kramer. Awesome dude. And actually, here's the whole team. Here's myself, Gary Kramer, and Michael Gutierrez. Right there. There we are. Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. Oh man, there's a guitar I missed. Remember I was telling you guys about some Kramer guitars. Here's a guitar that I wish I still had. I used to have one of the Circles. The EVH Circles guitar. Had to get rid of it. Wish I still had it. Man. All right. Sorry. I'm looking through all this stuff. Looking through all this. Let me find one more cool shot for you guys. Not that one. Why do I even have that? I'll just scroll. Let me see. Anything cool? Anything cool? Here we go. I mean, this has nothing to do with Van Halen, but there's me, and who's that? Uh-oh. Oh, that's just somebody on Twitch. Hang on. There's me. Who's that? Who am I with? That was in San Jose, California, 2007. Just happened to run into him on the street. But he was doing a special, he had a movie that he had made. Anyway, who was that? Guess in the chat. There you go. You got it. Leo, you got it. Center Hill Cards, you got it. Stuart Copeland, yes. DK Wilson. Stuart Copeland. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this stuff. And I will see you guys. Maybe I'll do something tomorrow, possibly. If not, Tuesday, Talking Guitars and 80s Metal Live, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on the channel. Look for that. Thank you so much, channel members. Thank you so much for all your support. If I can find the card. I got way too many cards here. There we go. Thank you so much, you guys. All your support for these shows, for this channel. And thank you so much. And yeah, smash that thumbs up. Subscribe if you happen to be new here. And I'll see you guys later. Symmetry, dude. Dude, are you up for some are you a multi-millionaire? All right, I'm out of here, you guys. Keep rocking. See you guys next time. Johnny Beane TV.